Good evening and welcome to Global Lens News. I'm Sadia Afzal. 250 years ago, a group of colonies challenged the world's most powerful empire. They rejected taxation without representation. They demanded liberty over monarchy. They declared that all people are created equal and possess certain inalienable rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. On July 4, 1776, the Declaration of Independence changed history forever. From that moment, the United States began its extraordinary journey. It fought a revolution against the British Empire. It survived a devastating civil war. It abolished slavery, though the struggle for racial equality continued for generations. It welcomed millions of immigrants from Europe, Asia, Latin America, and elsewhere who arrived believing America was a land where hard work could build a better future. Over the next 2 centuries, the United States transformed itself into the world's largest economy, the leading military power, and the center of technological innovation. Its universities attracted the brightest minds. Its companies shaped the digital age. Hollywood projected American culture across the globe. Silicon Valley changed how humanity communicates, works, and learns. Following the Second World War, the United States emerged as the leader of what became known as the liberal international order. It helped establish the United Nations, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and NATO. For decades, America's closest allies were Europe, Canada, Japan, Australia, and many other democratic nations. Its currency became the world's reserve currency. Its passport became one of the world's most powerful. Its universities became global destinations. Its markets attracted investment from every continent. Its military guaranteed security alliances stretching from Europe to the Pacific. For many people, America represented opportunity. But as America approaches its 250th anniversary, an important question is being asked. Is the America of today the same America that inspired millions around the world? Or is the country entering an entirely new chapter? The United States today is more politically divided than it has been in decades. Democrats and Republicans increasingly disagree, not only on policy, but on the very direction of the country. Immigration has become one of the most controversial issues. For generations, America described itself as a nation built by immigrants. Today, debates focus on border security, deportations, asylum rules, and legal migration. Supporters of stricter immigration policies argue that every sovereign nation has the right to control its borders, enforce its laws, and protect national security. Critics argue that tougher policies risk undermining America's long-standing image as a country open to newcomers and opportunity. Economic debates have become equally intense. The United States remains the world's largest economy in nominal GDP. Yet many Americans continue to express concerns about inflation, housing costs, healthcare expenses, and income inequality. Trade policy has also shifted. Instead of championing globalization as strongly as in previous decades, Washington has increasingly embraced tariffs, industrial policy, and economic competition, particularly with China. The rivalry between Washington and Beijing is now shaping global politics. China has become America's principal strategic competitor. It is expanding its influence through technology, infrastructure investment, manufacturing, and diplomacy. Many countries now find themselves balancing relationships with both Washington and Beijing rather than aligning exclusively with one side. This is contributing to a more multipolar international system in which several major powers, including China and the European Union, play increasingly influential roles. Foreign policy has also become the subject of growing debate within the United States. After years of military engagement in Afghanistan and Iraq, many Americans question the costs of prolonged overseas commitments. At the same time, Washington remains deeply involved in supporting Ukraine, maintaining partnerships in the Indo-Pacific, and responding to crises in the Middle East. Some argue that American leadership remains essential for global stability. Others believe the United States should focus more on domestic priorities. Relations with allies have also experienced periods of strain. Differences over trade, defense spending, climate policy, and tariffs have at times created tensions with long-standing partners in Europe and Canada. Even so, the United States continues to maintain extensive alliances through NATO and bilateral security partnerships, which remain central to its global strategy. Another major challenge is political polarization. Trust in institutions, media, and government has declined according to many public opinion surveys. Social media has amplified political divisions, making compromise increasingly difficult. Yet, America also continues to lead in many areas. It remains home to many of the world's most valuable technology companies. It is at the forefront of artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and space exploration. The US dollar remains the dominant global reserve currency. Its military capabilities remain unmatched in many respects. Its universities continue to attract researchers from around the world. Perhaps the real question is not whether America is declining. History rarely moves in straight lines. Great powers evolve, adapt, and sometimes reinvent themselves. The more important question is whether the United States can reconcile its founding ideals with the realities of the 21st century. Can it remain a nation that combines security with openness? Can it preserve democratic institutions while navigating deep political disagreements? Can it sustain global leadership in a world where other major powers are becoming more influential? As America celebrates 250 years since its founding, the anniversary is more than a celebration of past achievements. It is also a moment of reflection. The nation that once inspired millions with the promise of freedom, opportunity, and democracy now faces difficult choices about its identity, its role in the world, and the future it wishes to build. The next chapter of the American story has not yet been written. The decisions made today by its leaders and its citizens will determine what the United States looks like when it marks its 300th anniversary. This is Sadia Afzal for Global Lens News.